One of the reasons why the market is on edge today is because, yes, the U.S. and China went head-to-head on trade on Friday, but there hasn't really been anything that's happened since then. And that is worrisome to the markets because there's a lot that would have to happen in the next 3 or so weeks to avoid further confrontation with China or with the G7 allies. And you just heard Bob Pisani talk about the second tariff list, which could be implemented in a little bit less than 2 months' time. Here's all the things that are on our list of things to watch. First, at the end of the month, you could see Treasury introduce China investment restrictions, which would increase tensions. You could also see retaliatory tariffs from China. The EU and Canada and Mexico all go into effect at the beginning of July. And then, of course, July 6th is the potential effective date for those tariffs, that the first round of tariffs, I should say, that the White House announced on China at the end of last week. Last week, the New York Times reported that the Council of Economic Advisors, which is essentially the White House's in-house economic research shop, found that tariffs would actually harm economic growth. This morning on Squawk Box, Kevin Hassett, who runs the CEA, was asked about that, and he acknowledged that they could be hurtful if the U.S. economy weren't so strong.
The uncertainty over it right now is something that's, definitely palpable. You can see it, and second quarter GDP now is well north of 4%. So I think that you're right that if right in the middle of the financial crisis we added some uncertainty over exactly how are these negotiations going to work out, then it would be pretty harmful then. But right now the economy has got a lot of forward momentum.
Now, with weeks for all of these trade deadlines to kick in, focus in Washington has turned toward immigration, which has new urgency as that zero tolerance policy by the Trump administration has caused an increase in the separations between children and adults that have crossed the border illegally. You have several Republicans prominently distancing themselves from the administration's policy, Democrats speaking out, and then, of course, there is legislation on that front that could move this week. So we'll see what gets done on that front and then what the administration decides to do on trade from there.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.